Once upon a time, in a grand castle, lived a princess named Snow White. Her skin was as white as freshly fallen snow, her lips as red as a ripe cherry, and her hair as black as ebony wood. She was not just beautiful on the outside. Her heart was pure gold, filled with kindness for every living creature. But Snow White's stepmother, the queen, was a woman consumed by vanity. Every day she would stand before her magic mirror and ask, "Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?" For years the mirror always replied, "You, my queen, are the fairest of them all." This pleased the queen greatly. However, as Snow White blossomed into a young woman, her beauty began to rival the queen's. One fateful day, the queen asked her question, and the mirror delivered a chilling answer. "My queen, you are fair, it's true, but Snow White is 1,000 times fairer than you." Rage and jealousy twisted the queen's heart into a knot of pure evil. She could not bear to be second best. So she summoned her royal huntsman and commanded him to take Snow White deep into the forest and end her life. To prove he had done the deed, he was to bring back her heart in a jeweled box. The huntsman, though loyal to the queen, had a gentle soul. He led the unsuspecting princess into the woods, but when the moment came, he couldn't bring himself to harm her. Tears streamed down his face as he confessed the queen's wicked plan. "Run," he urged her. "Run away and never come back." Terrified, Snow White fled deeper and deeper into the dark, tangled woods. Branches snagged at her dress, and frightening shadows seemed to leap from behind every tree. She ran until her legs could carry her no further and collapsed in a heap, sobbing in a sun-dappled clearing. As the morning sun filtered through the leaves, Snow White awoke to find herself surrounded by curious woodland creatures. Birds, squirrels, and deer gathered around, their gentle presence a comfort after her terrifying night. With her newfound friends leading the way, she stumbled upon a quaint little cottage tucked away in a clearing. It was tiny, with a crooked chimney and a thatched roof. Curious, she peeked inside. Everything was miniature: 7 little chairs, 7 little plates, and 7 little beds all in a row. The place was a mess, but Snow White, with her good nature, decided to tidy up, hoping she could stay in return for her help. She swept the floor, washed the dishes, and dusted the furniture until the cottage sparkled. Exhausted from her work, she found the 7 little beds and, lying across them, quickly fell into a deep sleep. Later that day, the owners of the cottage returned from their work in the diamond mines. They were the 7 dwarfs: Doc, Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Bashful, Sneezy, and Dopey. They were shocked to find their home clean and a beautiful princess sleeping in their beds. But, waking up, Snow White told them her sad story. Their hearts were moved by her plight and her gentle spirit. They immediately agreed to let her stay, offering her protection from the wicked queen in exchange for her help around the cottage. A new, happy life began for Snow White. She cooked, cleaned, and filled their little home with laughter and song. While the dwarfs cherished and protected her like a sister, Their little cottage became a haven of joy and friendship, a stark contrast to the cold, dark castle she had left behind. Back at the castle, the queen, believing Snow White was gone forever, approached her mirror with a smug smile. "Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?" she asked confidently. Imagine her fury when the mirror replied, "Over the 7 jeweled hills, beyond the 7th fall. In the cottage of the 7 dwarfs, Snow White is the fairest of them all." The queen realized she had been tricked. Consumed by an even greater rage, she vowed to finish the job herself. Using dark magic, she transformed herself into a stooped old peddler woman. She then created a poison apple, beautiful, red and shiny on one side, but containing a powerful sleeping curse. A single bite would put the victim into a sleep so deep it would seem like death, a slumber from which only true love's first kiss could awaken them. Disguised as the harmless old woman, the queen made her way to the dwarf's cottage. She found Snow White alone, humming as she baked a pie. The queen offered her the magnificent red apple, calling it a wishing apple. Snow White, despite the dwarf's warnings about strangers, was fooled by the disguise and the seemingly kind gesture. Seeing the old woman take a bite from the safe side of the apple, Snow White's doubts vanished. She took a bite from the poisoned side. Instantly, the curse took hold, and she fell to the floor in a deep, death-like sleep. Cackling with triumph, the queen fled, but the alerted dwarfs chased her up a rocky cliff. A sudden lightning strike caused the ledge to crumble, and the wicked queen fell to her demise. Her evil reign finally over. The dwarfs returned to find their beloved Snow White lifeless. Heartbroken, they couldn't bear to bury her. They built a beautiful coffin of glass and gold and placed her inside, keeping a constant watch over her. One day, a charming prince who had long ago fallen in love with Snow White after hearing her sing was riding through the forest. He came upon the glass coffin and was struck by her timeless beauty. Snow White's eyes fluttered open, and she awoke to the sight of her true love. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.